Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Friday, the 31st of August. Continuing to read through the prophet Ezekiel with McShane, we read the second chapter. In chapter 1, he had this tremendous vision of God, and at the end of it we're told, and he heard a voice speaking, and in chapter 2 we have what the voice spoke, which was a commission to Ezekiel to be a prophet. And reading from verse 4, God says to him, "The people to whom I am sending you are obstinate and stubborn. Say to them, this is what the sovereign Lord says. And whether they listen or fail to listen, for they are a rebellious people, they will know that a prophet has been among them. And you, son of man, do not be afraid of them or their words." And he continues to commission Ezekiel in similar effect. But as I read that, I thought that is a truth that most preachers take to heart. You go and you preach the message, whether people listen or fail to listen. You've got no control over how people respond. You can only be faithful to the message you have received. And of course, one does preach the message in a way that is as engaging as it can be and relevant, etc. But you don't change your message to try and persuade people to listen. And as a preacher, it would be of no help whatsoever if everyone that you spoke to was listening avidly, but you had no message from God. It was completely irrelevant what you were saying. Rather speak what you need to say. And that's what God says to Ezekiel. Go and speak to them. And whether they listen or fail to listen, they'll know a prophet's been among them. And as I was thinking about it, it's not just preachers that need to take this to heart. I think it's all of us as Christians. We're commissioned by God to go and spread the good news, go and make disciples. We've got to share the gospel. We've got to tell people what we've discovered about Jesus. We've got to go and let people know what the truth is that we found. And we can't ever control what people, what their reaction will be. All that we can do is to faithfully share the good news. That's what we're called to do. Go and share it. Go and speak. Go and tell people. You don't control their response. You share and you pray that God will work the right response in them. And I think it's probably not only as we share the gospel, it's in all of life. We cannot determine how people will respond. Therefore, all we can do is make sure that what we say, what we do, has integrity and truth and is right, irrespective of what the response may be. So be encouraged in that thought, that when people don't respond to you, or people reject what you're saying, or people sideline you or whatever, like God said to Ezekiel, "And you, son of man, do not be afraid of them or their words." So we don't fear that, but we look at making sure that we are doing the right thing, saying the right thing, like Ezekiel, aligned with God, and leave God to work out the other people's response. Be blessed.